Hello, hello. Let me get us back in here. And my sidekick has actually abandoned me for a few minutes. So we're just going to go ahead. We have our guest is Rex Nielson. We're just going to go ahead and bring him on in.
Hey,
Rex. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, absolutely. So we've lost Mike for just a few minutes, but he'll be back in just a bit. So you want to tell us about you?
Well, let's see. I retired from law enforcement in 2019 after 31 years. And now I get to do whatever I want to do. I'm finally doing my artwork all the time. I mean, I can remember in preschool them handing me a blank piece of paper and a box of crayons. I thought that was better than breathing air.
Right.
And I've been drawing ever since then. I don't know, 50, show my age. I'll be 59 in June. So 55 years at least, probably. And
Hi, Scott. He says, "Hey, you hairless Bigfoot."
yes,
Lord.
that is true.
I didn't. Right.
That's what my wife calls me, is her hairless Bigfoot.
That's funny.
And that's why I'm not with my Bigfoot anymore, because I lost all my hair.
Right. So you also do All Out Paranormal?
Yes. Started that with my two boys in 2011. We've been, hi, Kimberly, Scotty, too hottie. Yeah, started with my two boys in 2011. Obviously, they've gone their separate ways now. Chris has his own thing with his fiance, and Shane has his own thing. So it's basically just me. But we've got a 3,000-mile radius around Iowa where we've been. We've gone out and done some pretty historic things. I would say that I don't think anybody else has done. A two-man crew. We go out and almost drive 3,000 miles to 8 different haunted locations in 5 days.
That's always fun.
We call that the dead end road trip. It was
so
fun.
What's been for you, what has been the most excited location that you've done? And did you get any evidence or anything out of it?
Oh man, we've been to so many places, but I have to say my parents' house, because we identified 16 different spirits in that house.
Wow.
And it didn't matter what time of day we went there, we would catch EVPs everywhere. And and they weren't just one word responses. Our very first EVP we caught was in the basement of my parents' home, plus our first paranormal evidence, a picture that we took. And the EVP says, "Don't touch the evidence."
Oh, that's cool.
But it's like in a foreign voice. It's like, "Don't touch the evidence."
Oh, so where was that located at?
Independence, Iowa.
Okay.
My parents are both gone, so we don't have the house anymore. After my dad passed away in the house, I wouldn't investigate anymore.
Oh, okay. I can understand that.
I was done.
Right.
But I think that one I would honestly have to say was my most exciting. I think Chris and Shane would probably say the same thing, because we caught, oh my gosh, photos, and the EVPs were just incredible. Excited. I would get a woman that would speak to me upstairs in the bathroom, and every time I would tell, I end my EVP sessions the same, well, thank you. If you spoke to me, I really appreciate it. I'll have to go for now, but I'll be back. And she would always, like she was crying every single time, and go, "Please don't go."
So did you ever get a name of who it might have been?
No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
one we never got a name for. But my parents' house used to be part of the Underground Railroad. Um, it was Parthonage at one time, a funeral home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it had a lot of history to it. And I never felt uncomfortable there, but man, stuff
Good.
happened all the time.
Well, with it being a funeral home, that probably has some lingering stuff there.
And the basement was a dirt floor basement with limestone walls, so that
Well, there you go.
that upped it right there.
Right. Just limestone does it.
Yep. It was a neat place. Always felt very comfortable and at home in it. Was never frightened of anything that went on, but you had to keep on your toes because something was going to happen every single day.
So was it your childhood home or was it after
No,
you had moved out?
no, my childhood home is the one that I've told the story many times of the being tormented for 4 years by the entities.
Right.
No, this was after I graduated from college. My parents bought this home, and I graduated from college in 1988.
Oh, okay.
And we had it till mom passed away here. Well, no, we actually got rid of it about 3, 4 years before she passed away. So I don't know, probably 2017. We probably
Right.
got sold the house.
Okay. So was it in the area? Was it haunted or was it just their house? Or did you know?
It was just their house.
Oh, wow. So do you think it could have been your parents or your family that brought things with them?
It might have been because mom and dad also they called it junking, not going out and finding antiques. They loved on the
Yeah.
weekends to go junking. Um, there's a possibility from that, but I believe the female and I believe at least we thought at least 8 were there for a reason. Were there before my
Right.
parents ever moved in.
Ah, okay. So they just added to it when they bring stuff in.
Yep.
So hi, Lacey, and hi, Doof Doof. Yeah, Mike will be back here in just a few minutes. He had to take care of something. So he'll be flying back in a few minutes.
Oh no, Michael is invisible. No, he's just vertically challenged. He's got to sit on a phone book so you can see him. He had to go get a phone book.
Right. So I'm kind of wondering if he's going to come in dressed in his goat costume or something. 'Cause I never know what to expect with him. So tell us about your artwork.
Oh, my
So
artwork.
what got you into it and well, what you do.
I guess I call my stuff unexplainable art because I really don't have anything. I don't have some big epiphany when I make a picture or draw a picture. The coolest thing about it, if I'm drawing a picture, it'll hit me and I'll know exactly who this picture I have to give it to,
Okay.
whether I know the person or not,
Right.
which is really cool.
That is.
Because I'll just get a thing going, oh, I'm going to draw, a penguin. And then I'll finish it and go, I know exactly who I need to give this to.
It's almost like intuitive art.
Mm-hmm. And I quit drawing for 30 years because I kind of just lost my faith and ability in it. And 2016, to coin a phrase, it was like an epiphany. I was just sitting there and went, man, I need to start drawing again.
Right.
And it took me about 3 months to figure out what medium I wanted to use. And once I figured out what I was going to do, I just ran with it. And I'm still running with it now. But the stuff from 2016 to 2024, it's like preschool to Van Gogh or, Da Vinci. I wouldn't show you some of
Like
the stuff.
night and day.
Yeah. But here a few months ago, I lost I had to throw away over 200 paintings because they got water damaged, and there was
I
nothing I could
know
do.
that had to be terrible.
And the portfolios and everything I had to pitch.
Oh,
Yeah,
sad.
there was some big pictures in the two. I mean, we're talking 20 by 24 and a lot of 11 by 17s, and
Right,
it was it was tough, but there was no way for me to save them. There was
right.
nothing I could do.
And there's no way to recreate those because everything is one of a kind.
Yep. I The only thing every time I recreated anything was my coloring book that just come out before Christmas. I went through and a bunch of my old pictures, because of course I take pictures of everything, and I redrew them and then just went wild on the backgrounds on them. I wanted to make it so when people are going to decide to if they want my coloring book and color in it, it was going to take you longer than 15 minutes to color one of them pictures.
Right.
And I'll guarantee it's going to take you longer than 15 minutes to color it.
Well, do you want to show us some of your work?
Sure. Let's see here. Uh,
Because I know when you were showing us is just some absolutely beautiful work.
I
And you've
try.
done a few drawings for me too.
Yes, and I love the ones that um, we did together.
Yes.
Those are really cool.
So we actually took my paint pouring because I do the acrylic paint pouring, and then Rex did drawings or what he saw in the painting. He did a drawing around it, so that made it stand out even more, and it was really cool the way it turned out.
I'm gonna try to show them in the portfolio. If it's too much of a glare, I'll pull them out.
Okay.
I pulled this one out already. Um, my wife wanted me to start using black paper and start drawing stuff on there, and I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. So that's one of the first ones I did,
Oh, that's cool.
and I hope these show up. I don't know if it will or not because of the glare. Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Up there you go. So where can people find your artwork?
They can on my Facebook page, Unexplainable Art. My email address is unexplainableart23@gmail.com. If you want me to draw a picture for you or want my books or anything, just contact me. And the phone number that's on my Facebook page is my personal phone number. So if you call it and I don't answer it, please leave a message because I'll call you right back.
And then your coloring books, are those on Amazon?
Yes. Yep. I spent over 150 hours doing the book. It was absolutely a labor of love for me to do it. My wife and a lot of people kept saying, you need to do an adult coloring book. But I'm going, geez, they're a dime a dozen. I want to set mine apart. And everything you see out there, I'm sure is digitally done. The coloring books. And
Right.
all mine were hand done, paper and ink.
And that
And
makes
like
a
I said,
difference.
and I wanted to, and so I hopefully inspire people and show them, how much time and effort that I put into it and what it meant to get it out to people. And I've been asking people too, if you buy my coloring book and you color it, send me pictures of it. I want to see your interpretation of coloring the pictures that I put in there.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can always have them to come send it to you and maybe do a raffle of which
Yeah.
one's the best ones, or do the drawing, get people to vote on it, and they
Yeah.
can get your next coloring book.
I've had a few people that bought them from me have said, the book is too pretty. I don't want to color in it. And I'm going, I said, okay, then photocopy it if you want to, But I said, remember, everything is copyrighted, so keep
Yes.
it to yourself. But yeah,
Right.
I've had more than one person say, it's too pretty. I don't want to color in it.
Right. So do
No,
you have one of your books with you? You can show it?
yes, I do. Baby Kitty is where I had my stuff sitting. Let's see. The coloring book come out a week before Christmas, and I'm doing a whole series on Amazon, and everything is unexplainable art, but I also give it a title. And can we get it to focus or not?
Yeah, probably scoot it back a little bit. Yeah, it's hard to see.
It is.
But yeah, it's a beautiful butterfly on the front of it. And so what inspired you on the different pictures? So where do you find that inspiration? Does it just come to you?
It does. I mean, I carry a little tablet around with me because I'll see a pattern, like the curtains behind you. I would use that in a picture. Absolutely.
Right.
And his background too reminds me of some of the stuff that I have done.
Okay. So
That
that's actually
added
his
to
wife,
it.
Krista. Krista actually painted that for him. So that's her artwork.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's mine. I actually just did it today.
So you were telling us behind in the backstage. So what kind of material did you get? And you just started hand drawing that?
That was actually Naugahyde, black Naugahyde, because what I had before was my outdoor banners. If I was doing an outdoor event, if there's wind and rain or whatever, they'll take it. But it wasn't really made to be hanging behind me, and it took me every week. It took me at least an hour to get it right and to hang it right. Well, this
because you get a glare and everything on it because it's a vinyl banner, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were big, so I had to wrap it around because my office is not very big. My office / podcast studio, and toy room.
Right.
I had to figure out something, so it's so easy just to hang it because one person can do it now.
Nice.
But I'll have more on it. I'll put Paranormal Flow on it. I'll probably have it done when I have you guys on tomorrow.
Okay. Well, speaking of, what is your podcast? So, because I know most people that are listening, Kim and Scott, know yours, but there's maybe a few people on here who don't.
I've changed it up. It's a new year. It's a new start. So I changed my original podcast, which was Discover the Paranormal with All Out Paranormal. And now I call it Paranormal Flow with your host, Rex Nielson from All Out Paranormal. And it's unscripted, come in, we have fun. It's like sitting at a bar or sitting and having a cup of coffee or sitting in the living room BSing. I want it to be that way and be lighthearted. And, if the guest wants to talk about a trip they took to Florida, okay, go ahead.
Right.
Quick
question. Karen is asking, do you have a way to see what you do and what you offer? So on your Facebook page, do you have all of your pictures saved on there so people can scroll through them and see your artwork?
Yes, most of them.
That was a great conversation.
I was expecting you to come back in a costume.
I should have.
I told him that you were vertically challenged. You had to go get a phone book to sit on so we could see you.
Yeah, that is always a problem for me.
It's not a problem for me. But anyway.
Well, I'm more vertically challenged than Mike is, so.
That is true, but not by much. You're
I'm
what?
5'2" 3/4. I get as much out of it as I can.
There you go. There you go.
My wife does the same thing.
Yep.
You got to put that 3/4 or 1/2 inch in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you get past 6'5", like me, it doesn't make any difference anymore. I don't, go, I'm 6'6" and 5/8 inches tall.
Right.
So,
This is true.
yes, on my unexplainable art page, there is work from, oh man, probably back from 2016 till 2022, 2023. The newer stuff I have not posted on there yet, because I'm going to go to a show in March, and it's the only show I ever turned a profit at.
Oh,
And 2
nice.
years ago, I went to it and I sold every single piece of art I took with me.
Good.
Would
And
you say
what now?
you've got a lot of art on that website?
Oh yeah, yep. On my
And
unexplainable.
most of it is unexplainable?
Yeah, because I don't have some big epiphany when I do. That Christ doesn't come down and sit on my side and touch me on the shoulder and give me a vision and draw something. And it kind of disappoints some people because they think that
That's a
oh my
great
God.
question.
What now?
So where does he touch you?
Well, in the heart mostly.
So what's the website? Can you tell us so we can put it on the?
It's just on Facebook, Unexplainable Art. I don't have a web page or anything like that.
But Facebook, that's good.
But it's my email address for Unexplainable Art is just unexplainableart23@gmail.com. And they can just get a hold of me if they want something drawn for them, one of my books or one of the. Now, some of the pictures on it, if there's something on there that somebody wants, they need to contact me to see if I actually still have it. Because not everything that I've got posted on there, I obviously just don't have it in all of them anymore.
And like you said, would you recreate something as close to it as you could? Because I know whenever you did something specifically for me, because I wanted the dragon and a wolf, you did that for me and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I'm one of those artists that one and done. If I do a picture, you got the original, nobody else is going to have the same thing. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. I do make prints of my work now because there's a lot of older stuff that people have said, do you still have this? No, I have the pictures. And so I've just made prints off of them, which I said I'd never do. Again, never say never. But as far as physically drawn a picture that I've already done, no. It's
nice.
I don't want to be that artist. That's not me.
That's understandable.
And your tattoo, is that Burt Reynolds or Freddie Mercury?
That's Freddie Mercury.
Okay, I couldn't tell because it's upside down.
It says,
I was like,
it says
that could be Burt Reynolds.
I'm not a Burt Reynolds fan. Freddie Mercury, yes. I'm probably the biggest Queen and Freddie Mercury fan, not only in stature, but yeah, that means a lot to me. Listen to Freddie and Queen made me appreciate music the way I do to this day.
Nice.
People say I'm obsessed. No, I'm not obsessed. It helped me through a lot of stuff listening to Freddie and really appreciating music in its purest form. So
yeah, that's
music can be therapeutic.
Really, yeah.
He's
and it's strange that you've got. It's strange that you're so into Freddie Mercury, but you have a tattoo of Burt Reynolds. That's weird.
Yeah. You wait till I see you again.
So my daughter commented that she got her height and my son got their height from their dad. So like I said, I was only around 5'2 3/4. He was 6'5". So that tells you. Yeah. So he could stand with his arm out and I could stand under it without even touching.
Wow.
I was, I don't know where I got my height from because there's nobody on either side of the family that's even close to my height.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, to my family, I guess I am the tall one. I think my mom is like 4'11".
Little bitty.
4'11" and 3/4.
Yes. What up, Betsy? We're about to do our drink. I've got my outhouse shot glass.
Oh my gosh,
have my sidekick shot glass.
Woo! Yeah, I can't. I couldn't find it in time. And then Rex has his lemonade.
Lemonade. I got my lemonade.
Woo!
So I am drinking Fireball, my choice.
I found this Captain Morgan sliced apple rum.
Ooh.
Very excited. All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mazel tov.
Did you choke yourself up?
Woo! I can't feel my nipples.
Oh my God. Not again.
That's true. It could be, Karen.
Put
And a quick shout out. We have Karen Huntley in here. Karen Huntley is doing a Paracon-ish History Con in Virginia City in July. So I mean, there's the one coming up in April. Obviously, we'll have to focus on that first. But once that one's passed, we will be really excited to rejoin Virginia City with Karen to really focus more on the historical side of Virginia City, because there is that supernatural side of Virginia City, but the actual history, the culture there was so astronomically significant, and it came and went so fast, right? Like you hear about 15 minutes of fame. That was really kind of what it was. So it'll be really nice to do kind of a deep dive with Karen for that in July. When is that? Like July 14th or 19th, or Karen?
So, and then we're actually guest speakers on the panel, so we'll be up there and helping out as well. So you can make it. That would be great. You have to make it, Mike, but I'm talking about everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you know what? We all put our pants on the same way.
Exactly. So July 14th.
Oh, it is 14th.
Yep.
How did I remember that?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm the psychic one now.
The psycho one.
Yeah, that is true. I have ESPN.
There you go.
So Rex, to get back to you, when I first met you was in Deadwood, and I had bought it was like a skeletal gunslinger picture from you, and so I do a lot of role playing. I play Dungeons and Dragons every Monday, no fail. Have since I was 13. I'm 14 now.
When I was in high school and college.
Okay, so
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
I love it. I think it's really attributed to my creativity, my critical thinking, and I think every child should have the opportunity to play. Honestly, because I think it helps so much with social interaction, critical thinking. It's great. But that photo, I showed it to all of my buddies, and they went nuts for it because it was it's so on theme. Like it really is pretty damn cool. So I'm really excited to see more of your work and probably buy more of your work in the future.
That means the world to me, because I didn't plan on getting into law enforcement. That's not what I went to college for. But when your ex-father-in-law tells you you're too fat and too stupid to get into law enforcement, I took it personal.
And so you're like,
it's harder to do it.
For 31 years I did it, and I put basically my life on hold until I retired in 2019. And now I draw every single day, and there's some days, I'll spend 16 hours, 18 hours, and not all sitting there all day long, but off and on. And I just, it's become a part of me that I've actually get to share with everybody else now. Because, my family knew that I could draw, but not everybody knew. And it's funny to see the reaction. Or I do a show, and the funniest thing is I'll do a show, and the people will look at it and go, wow, this is really neat. Who's the artist?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there drawing as they ask who the artist is.
Yeah.
I sometimes look at them and I said, I don't know. The booth was empty. I just sit here. I said, I've already made
Karen,
$500, so I hope they don't come back.
Oh, no. Karen, to answer your question, yes, you will be selling tickets. We just need to get the link out there more. If you'll send that over to us, we'll help share that as well. But you will get the tickets sold.
And I think our big push will come after our event there in April. Obviously, we don't want to ruffle any feathers, but at that point, we'll be able to really focus and hammer it home. And maybe what we'll do is for every 2 tickets you buy, I'll offer a reach around or something.
Wow.
So I'll also possibly.
I'm a good guy like that,
Yeah, you are. You offer really good services.
You heard it from a psychic.
So I'll be doing readings there too, and possibly maybe gallery reading, talking with Karen and getting that solidified. I've got to get her some information.
Yes, we definitely will, because it's definitely an event that I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
And that's in July. And then just before that, in June, we're looking to do a Bigfoot Paracon.
We are. We're going to be in Alabama.
Yeah. Rex, you should come down to Alabama.
I'd love to. Just to let everybody know, some people know, some people don't. Some of my family and fans and friends, I'm taking the year off from doing anything paranormal.
Well, what about just your artwork?
The artwork I'll keep doing. I'm going to do as many events as I can. But after last year, I'm not quitting it. Everybody used to go, no, don't quit. I'm not quitting doing the paranormal. I'm just taking the year off.
And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes you just have to do a reset.
Yeah, so, I'm not doing any paracons or anything.
Okay.
I was asked to do a couple paracons and be a keynote speaker, and I asked him, I said, will I be, compensated for this? No. I said, well, you've got other people that you're paying, either their hotel or gas or food. Well, they have their own television shows and stuff. I said, well, I must be doing something right. You contacted me.
Right.
But they said no. And I said, well, I can't do this for free anymore.
Right.
Because MaryLynn, and that my car blew up on the way to South Dakota last year. I lost a car.
Right.
Oh, dang, really?
75 miles from Scott and Kim's house, his car blew up.
And I was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It took over 6 hours to finally get a tow at the price of $400.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Dang.
So, and I had 2 of them contact me, ask me the same thing. And I just told them, I'd like to be compensated for it. I can't do this for free anymore because I lose money. And they never got back to me. So,
right.
I don't plan on doing anything anyway. If I do, it will be a personal investigation that like Joy and I would go do. But as far as doing a public event and speaking on the paranormal, I'll do shows like this. But as far as anything else, no.
So let me ask you, this is my elephant in the room.
What now?
Have you thought about, this is my elephant in the room to you. Have you thought about doing like a graphic novel or a comic book?
I've been approached about it. The thing is, people don't realize what goes into doing a storyboard for a comic.
Lots of ink.
Yeah, it is a long,
And
drawn
time.
out process.
Yeah.
To me
But
personally, I would love to do it maybe once, but I would get bored of having to do the same, you know,
I got you.
subject for every day. I would get to the point where I get tired of it and probably wouldn't finish it.
So what if you were to do multiple? Because I know for me as an author, I would start a book and get kind of tired of writing it. So I'd start another one. So I had like 5 different stories going at one time. And eventually they all kind of tie together. But it's actually, it kind of takes my mind off of this one for a little bit. So that way I can kind of get a refresh. So what about that on your comics?
Yeah, it's the same thing I do with some of my illustrations and my drawings. I mean, I get to a point and I finally taught myself to stop. I get to a point where I'm going, oh man, I don't know what to do right here. Well, maybe I'll do this. Oh no, that wasn't right. So I'll add this, and I end up ruining the picture. And at the price of art supplies right now, I can't afford to be ruining anything. So I actually will set it aside and come back a couple months later.
And then you realize that it is actually good and just add to it.
Yes.
Yep.
Karen said, buying some of your art plus I love policemen, even though I guess you're not a policeman anymore. No, I was a deputy sheriff. But thank you. But I'll never put the uniform back on again.
That's interesting you say that, because I put the uniform on and then was immediately arrested for impersonating a police officer. But hey, you know what? That's fine.
But
that's fine. I tried to tell them it was for my Chip and Dale's audition, but they didn't buy it.
Oh my God, I would have.
Right?
I would have been a heartbeat.
Oh, and Lacey, I sent him the link, but it says page is not available. Trevor, I don't know what to tell you. You're a weirdo.
TikTok.
So what event are you going to be at, Rex? You said you are doing an event where you're going to be showing your art.
I'm working on getting some lined up. One of them will be in Des Moines, Iowa in March at the fairgrounds. Like I said, I did it 2 years ago and I sold everything. Nobody even batted an eye at my prices. And I came home with nothing.
Nice.
I came home with almost $2,000.
Right.
And that was the first time I ever turned a profit in all the years of me doing shows. And
very cool.
I'm definitely going to do that one again. There are ones closer to me, Waverly, Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, Decorah, and stuff like that I'll be looking into. I'm looking into ones that are more than just one day, because one day events are they're tough on you to get
they
there.
They are, because you have to get everything there, go set up, and then get it taken down all within a day.
Yeah.
Especially if you're with Shane Pittman, that guy is a party animal. Okay. He legit tried to kill me in Virginia City. Okay. 4 horsemen, my ass. That's the proof that he can. Let me just say, he can knock him back.
You guys got to see me be a cop when I was there, though.
Actually, I heard the story.
I didn't
see it.
Yeah, we got done with the event, the investigations. We were hungry, and there's a bar down the street from us that was still open. So we went
that was wild.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So we went down and we ordered a pizza, and I watched this guy come in and case the place. And he cased.
Now, what's interesting about this is you were facing the door. Both me and Phil, we had our back to the door, so we actually didn't even see him come in. But he picked up on it like right away.
I will not go into any public area where I have to. My back is to the door.
You learn from good old Wild Bill.
I I will check.
That's something I won't either.
I've even gone into the kitchens and asked them where the exit was off the kitchens in case,
Oh, wow.
spit hits the spam. I'm trying to keep my swearing to a minimum. So I've done good
Karen,
so far.
I haven't seen those 5 haunting questions. Do you want to send them over to me?
Oh, we'll do it as like a video.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it together.
Okay.
But Rex would probably love to do that too.
Oh,
What?
that would be fun.
Karen Huntley, she lives in Australia and she has a podcast or like a YouTube. And one of the things that she does is just 5 questions. And she asks everybody basically the same 5 questions and then basically posts it on the internet. And it was, I've done it once before, but I didn't like the footage, so I didn't send it to her.
Yeah.
So I told her I'd redo them. So, but it is a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like fun. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So continue with the story. I wish I could remember it was a pizza place, right?
No, it was a bar.
It was a bar. That's right. And they were like almost like distraught that we had ordered a pizza, and it took them a long time, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it did. They were like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and we're going, we're starving to death. You got a 6'7", 300-pound man here. Feed him. So, and she ended up making the pizza for us. But like you said, it took a while. But I watched this guy case the place, and she was busy, the bartender, and I watched him walk behind the bar, open up one of the little refrigerators and take Red Bull out of it and walk right out the front door. And he stood right in the place drinking it. So
that's right. He did. He just chilled out front.
Mm-hmm. So I let her know about it, and she went out by herself, and I went, "Oh no." So actually, you guys come with me. Went out,
Yep.
and his shit-faced friend, man, talk about just absolutely pasted. "Oh, I got it here. I'll take care of it." And I put my hand on his chest. I said, "You come any closer, you're going to jail." "Well, who are you?" And I said, "Want me to show you my badge?" And so he backed off, and she confronted the guy, and she just let him go.
She did. She was really cool about it.
Yeah, she was cool about it. But it's I would have done it anywhere. But
what's really interesting is I wonder if that happens all the time in Deadwood.
I imagine so, with being, because man, the entryway there was huge. I mean, you could get people walking in and out, and you'd never even see them. And it was pretty cool. The DJ was like, "Oh my God, thanks for doing that," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'd do it for anybody. I mean, once an officer, always an officer. I mean, if something happened, I would put my life on the line to save everybody else that was in there.
Like when he got up and went over there, I legit thought I was watching RoboCop. That's what it was like. Eddie and Jen, how are you guys? Yeah, we met Eddie and Jen at the Lone Star Paracon. They were great folk. Your kids were awesome.
Yes.
So I actually didn't know that your car had broke down. Mm-hmm. How did you get home?
Thankfully, Scott and Kimberly Horn. I love those guys. Their family, just like MaryLynn's family now. Scott took me home.
Wow.
And I actually and I had nothing to give him. I mean, I came there with like $460 in my pocket, and 400 of it went for the tow.
Dang.
And the guy that bought my vehicle from me, because it was going to cost more than what I paid for the vehicle to fix it. So I sold it for $400. And the guy wanted to know if the seats were if I still had the seats. I said, yeah, they're back in Iowa in my garage. Well, when Scott got there, I said, well, let me call this guy and tell him, hey, I've got the seats, and because he was going to have them shipped to him, it was going to cost him a
Wow.
fortune to ship them seats to him. And I said, I'll tell you what, for $200, Scott will bring it back and the title to the vehicle, but you give that $200 to Scott. So
Oh, nice.
he took it back and he got the $200. And you tell him if he doesn't get the $200, I know where he's at, and I will come back. So I got money back to him, and that was because I didn't know how I was going to get home. I really didn't.
That's wow.
But I did
That's
replace
wild.
my car not too long ago. So, and I
So-
love my new car.
So what's next? What's next for you?
What's next for me? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I'm working on another coloring book for Sacred Mountain Retreat.
And for anybody that doesn't know what Sacred Mountain is, it is a special retreat for veterans who suffer from any type of basically like PTSD, or maybe they're just having trouble fitting in at home. Maybe they're just depressed. They're just going through a tough time. It's completely free to the veteran, and they get to go into this program where they get to spend time in a very quiet, spiritual retreat and really try to focus on themselves for a while.
Yeah, it's amazing because I'll actually be there in May.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm not a veteran, but it's also for police officers,
First
Right.
first
responders.
responders,
Mhm.
firefighters.
I feel like my plumber should be a first responder because I've sent him into some terrible, whew.
And I want to do so much for him. I'm not sure what my skull went for at the gala last Saturday, but I know before they even let people in the door, that was, I think Scott and Kimberly said it was already up to $200 for the silent auction.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And the
That's
rest
cool.
of public, I don't know what the rest of stuff went for that I donated, the artwork and my books and stuff like that. I haven't talked to them about it yet. I'm just hoping it made something for them, because I wish I could do more. So that's why I'm doing the coloring book. It's for therapy, and all the proceeds will go to Sacred Mountain. I'm not taking a dime for any of it.
Nice.
Nothing. Everything
And
will
you'll
go
I
to them.
donated an elephant thong, but I think they thought it was a dog toy. So
What
I
did
don't.
you miss? I missed. What did I miss?
Oh, I donated. I donated an elephant thong, but it's a thong with the elephant. But I think they thought it was a dog toy, so it never made it to the auction.
Because I would have put a bid in on it if I'd have seen it. But
I wouldn't have blamed you.
and you would have had to sign it for me, though.
I'm all about the fans.
Yes, me too.
Only fans.
I'm all about the fans.
But that's what I'm currently doing. I did 40 pictures for the coloring book that I put out just for Christmas. Like I was telling MaryLynn, I put 150 hours into that, 40 pictures, all hand drawn. And I'm trying the same thing for Sacred Mountain, but I'm doing 30 pictures, and some of them, it's all outdoor related. I've drawn a mountain lion laying in a tree, a bobcat, a moose. I've done, let's see, Mount
Moose and
Rushmore.
squirrel.
I do have a squirrel, actually. I do. Some of them I did elaborate backgrounds in it, like I did in the coloring book that come out in December. But some of it I just left so they could creatively create what they wanted to. All there is the tranquil, stream and some trees or a deer, and I just left it so they can make it their own and enjoy it even more. So
So on that, Rex, When will
now?
you have that ready, and when can you get it on Amazon, or do you want people to contact you directly to be able to purchase for the donations?
Yeah, either one. They'll be able to get it on Amazon, or they can contact me. Unfortunately, through Amazon, I've had 3 books on there since March, and my royalties have been $40.
Yep.
So
They take quite a bit out of it.
my new book, I get $1.50 for each book that's sold.
Right.
Yeah. So
So sometimes it's better for you to get it and then ship it out to
yes,
whoever
yes.
does, so that way you can get that money can go more directly to them.
What I'm trying to do is make it so it goes, the payments don't even come to me. They'll go straight to Sacred Mountain.
Good.
And so there's no
Right,
middleman.
by direct.
I don't want to ever be accused of me skimming money off of something,
Right.
because I believe in this place with all my heart.
Yes.
And I want to do as much as I can for them, but I'm trying to get it set up that way. I'm hoping it'll be before, probably by April, I'll have it ready and exactly what I want to do, because I want to have it done before the retreats start.
Right.
And then he'll be able to give them out while he's there. And if people
Nice.
want it, they can buy it from them and they'll get all the proceeds.
And while you're down there, see if you could find Brandon Cooper's pot of gold.
Man,
He's not a leprechaun, he's a gnome.
Oh, they're the same size. I don't.
Oh my goodness. I'll just leave it. Besides that, I'm going to do as many art shows as I can, but I did not get to take any trips on my motorcycle last year. And to let everybody know, this will be my 51st year of riding a motorcycle.
Wow.
I am going to take a trip on it to Arizona for sure in June. Because I just got floorboards for it, so I can't wait to drive it with 2 new knees and floorboards on it. I drive a very unusual motorcycle, so Brandon calls it an abomination, but that's okay. He doesn't have a motorcycle, so he can say whatever he wants to.
Yeah, he's too small for one anyway.
That's right. They don't put training wheels on them. When I told him, my motorcycle is a Can-Am Riker, which there's 2 tires,
awesome.
on the back. I've had it pinstriped since I got it. I have a personalized license plate on it that says Innuendo, which is the last album Freddie Mercury did when he passed away.
That's right.
And I've also got a badge of a state trooper.
I thought it was in your endo.
No, it is not in your endo.
Okay.
Close though.
Okay.
You never know.
Yes, exactly. Especially this.
You never know, Freddie Mercury.
I also had a badge made for a state trooper who was shot and killed here a couple of years ago. He was one of my best friends. And so in honoring him, I had that put on my motorcycle. Trooper 462 Jim Smith saved everybody by doing what he did. And
I sounds like we got to do a nice little shot for Jim Smith here.
he was an amazing guy. I told him I wanted to be him when I grew up, and he was about as big as you.
Wow.
He was an incredible man. We had every state send officers down and there was over 30,000 officers that came to his funeral.
Wow.
I couldn't go because my mother had dementia and Alzheimer's, and I was helping take care of her. So I didn't get to go, but I think of him a lot because I can remember the phone call. It was at 2:00 in the morning, and my first thing was bullshit. No, he's not. So
To Jimmy Smith,
Jim.
awesome trooper and an awesome dude.
An awesome friend.
Man, I'm crying on the show again. Jeepers, criminally. And I'm an ugly crier. I'm ugly to begin with.
I wasn't going to say anything. You know? Hey, you know what, though? This is what's really interesting about that, though, is I feel like no matter – it could be people that aren't somebody that is majorly significant in your life, you know, like a mother or a father or a loved one, but it could just be somebody that's passing through your life. And those are the people that can make some of the biggest impacts on who you are as a person.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I've had friends that were my friends for no more than maybe 5 years, but I always have. He passed away. He had a hole in his heart. His name was Matty Mims, and now I have a Matty Mims Monday in May. Every first Monday in May, I take that time to dedicate it to my friend Matty Mims and everything that, you know, he couldn't do and everything that we were able to do together, you know. So I think that's good. I'm glad that you remember him. I'm glad that you honored him. And thank you for sharing that story. That means a lot.
You're welcome. I didn't plan on it, but anyway.
It happens.
And
look at Mike getting deep.
Right?
What now?
I said, look at Mike getting deep.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm going to. The first year I bought the bike, I put 4,000 miles on it.
Do you have a photo?
Yes, I do actually.
Hold it up to the camera. Preferably one with you on it naked.
No. Well, I'll send that one to you privately.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, don't include me on that one. I'm good.
I'm going to be like, oh, that fuel tank is so hairy.
That's Bigfoot.
That's Bigfoot.
Oh my goodness. All righty. So here's the picture of the license plate and the hopefully it'll show. Come on. You know what?
Nice and bright.
Yeah, turn that light off.
Just a second.
There we go.
Oh, come on.
Almost.
If you can back it up a little bit.
Dang.
I don't know why I can't. It's a brand new
camera too. It was worth a shot. Hey.
You know what? Oh, it's not even. I was going to say I have one of my tablets brought in, but you know what? I'll send some to on Messenger to you, MaryLynn, and see if it shows up on. If you can show it.
I'll see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me jump over here. There you are.
So I actually did the Harley Davidson motorcycle course with my mother, of all people.
That's awesome.
And did the whole course, passed the course, and they were like, hey, now that you passed the course, we'll give you a great discount. Do you want to buy a motorcycle? And I said, nope, I'm going to kill myself. I was like, I'm going to go way too fast. I'm going to be way too dumb, and it's going to end way too messy. I know myself. I'm calling it.
You know your limitations.
Yep.
All right.
But I did want to learn. So.
Yeah, I got my first motorcycle when I was 8. And I've had a motorcycle since then. because I'll be 59 in June, and it'll be 51 years of riding. So
That's crazy.
I get lost. I mean, I put a stereo system on it before I went to Kentucky on it the first year I bought it, because I went to Waverly
To go
Hills.
get some fried chicken?
What now?
Fried pickle.
You went to go get some fried chicken?
No,
I mean, why else would you go to Kentucky?
I went to Waverly Hills.
What is Waverly Hills?
Waverly
It's an
Hills
insane
Sanatorium.
asylum.
Oh, is that where they have fried chicken?
It's ghost chicken, but yes, they do.
Sure, Mike. That's funny. I've never. So it's funny, Rex. I'm so new to everything that I'm still learning all these locations. I've talked to people that are, I guess, large celebrities in the field, and I have no idea who they are. Like when I met Shane, I didn't know he had a TV show or anything. He was just a dude, you know. So I'm learning. I'm learning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't even see it on mine either.
No, yours is tiny. Oh, there it is. I can see it there. Nice. Oh, that's sexy, dude.
You don't have to shift it. It's all automatic. It's got independent front suspension. It's got 3 driving modes. That's some of the pinstriping I had done. And if you see on the trunk, it says,
and there's the badge.
Yeah, the badge is on. That's for 462.
Yeah.
But on the trunk, it actually has my initials and Freddie Mercury's on it. So
that's dope.
Pinstriping.
Did you ever get a chance to meet Freddie Mercury?
You know, it was on my bucket list. No.
If you could meet him, what would you say to him?
Thank you.
Good question.
Thank you.
Yep. For what there'll never be another one.
It's true.
I mean, he is the man. He is the front man. And I'll argue with it with anybody. Nobody could captivate an audience and sing like Freddie Mercury. And it's been scientifically proven that nobody else,
correct,
Luciano Pavarotti, his vocal cords don't vibrate as much as Freddie's. So, you know, I'd tell him thank you. He made a difference in my life, and he still does. You know,
I would tell him to look out for AIDS.
Yeah,
that's what I would tell him.
Because he's the only famous person that I ever cried when they passed away, and
I did that with Robin Williams.
I know that was a bummer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was just whenever I heard that, he was like, "What?" Yeah. But
anybody that's in the audience, did you cry when a celebrity passed away? And if so, what was that celebrity? I would like to know.
Yeah. Inquiring minds.
Yeah, inquiring minds. I don't think I've ever cried, but I was also very bummed when Jessica Walters died.
I don't know who that is.
So she was in Arrested Development. She played the mother in Arrested Development, and she was also the mother in Archer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she was so sassy, and I loved that. So it was a real bummer when she passed. You know. But other than that, I would say, I got to meet, I can't remember, Little Richard.
Matthew Perry, Karen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Bob. Right.
And Bob Hope.
Yes. That's right. Matthew Perry. Yeah, because he died in his hot tub.
Yes.
And Bob Hope. That's right. He passed away too. Yeah. That's right.
And yes, I
Pretty
do
crazy,
have
man.
Brian May's guitar, and I do have an autographed microphone of Freddie Mercury.
That is dope.
I told myself when I retired that I would get Brian May's guitar. No, I can't play. And then my collection, I haven't bought much of anything for my collection lately, but the microphone, put it this way, I got in quite the bidding war to get it, but I ended up getting it. And I do have half a mic stand that it is connected to.
Oh, Elvis, sure, yeah. When Elvis passed away, that hit a lot of people.
Yeah, that got
Also, John Lennon, when he got found out getting killed, and Kim, hopefully. If I had a guitar signed by Brian May, I would play that thing every day with my boner. Like,
you'd probably sleep with it
You are
too.
I totally
getting
would.
near any of my guitars now.
Don't touch my drum set. Yeah.
You're boom, boom.
But that's super awesome, man. I like to collect. I have about 12, maybe 13 comics autographed by Stan Lee.
Nice.
It wouldn't fit in the bed. It really wouldn't, not with all the dogs. But that was my thing. I really was a fan of Stan Lee, and he was obviously older. And I got to meet him at the very last Comic-Con he did. Little did we know that was going to be his last one. But and then I got a comic book that was signed by both him and his wife, and she never signed anything. And she passed away 2 weeks later.
Yep.
So that was pretty wild. So I was glad I got to meet him. And he didn't go out in a very glorious way. There was a lot of fartiness around his demise, unfortunately. A lot of bad people. I did. I had a cousin that was murdered by his own brother. His name was Roger Troutman. He was a frontman for a funk group called Zap. It was a murder-suicide. That's rough.
Sorry for your loss on that. Yeah.
He played the talk box on Pac's California Love. Oh, shit. I remember that. California Love. That's pretty dope, though. I mean, not the murder-suicide part, but him being, but you know what I mean.
With the group, yes.
Yeah. That
Nice
is
catch.
that.
You were good on that
Yeah,
one.
thank you.
I had your 6 if you lost it, so don't worry.
Good. Oh, you know what else? One was kind of a bummer. The guy that was the engineer in the Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
The young kid.
The kid, Scotty, the young one.
Yep.
Yeah. He got stuck between his Jeep Wrangler and his gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
And
trying
got
to
slowly-
roll it backwards, and he was trying to stop it.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. Have you ever seen his movie Odd Thomas?
No. Was that good?
Oh my gosh, you got to see it. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh man, and Heath Ledger. He had just done the Dark Knight as Joker, which was phenomenal.
Well, he was still filming that whenever he died.
Right? Yeah. And from OxyContin and codeine or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Or OxyContin and something. He mixed 2 drugs and that was it.
Right.
Kids, don't do drugs, and you are not strong enough, kids, to stop a Jeep Wrangler with your hands.
No.
Don't do it.
Well, I might be able to, but no.
Yeah, you're 6'5", 300-pound police officer mountain of a man. He was not. I mean, it wouldn't have been my first go-to. That's just all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then even Paul Walker when he was killed.
So funny story about that. I had a meeting with Paul Walker 2 weeks before he died. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that.
So that's what makes this me doing, the whole TV thing so full circle for me was I I was 25, 20, no, 20, 25 to 27-ish. I don't know, somewhere in that range. And I was hanging out with, at the time I was concierge, and I was hanging out with the executive VIP host for Palms Casino. So Ghost Bar, the Playboy Club, Nine, the Nine restaurant group. And we would go every week, we would go to eat at this Japanese restaurant called Ichiza. And his name was Jung. And he was Korean. And he always used to tell me, "Oh, Mike, oh, you're so funny. Oh, you're so funny. I need to introduce you to my friend." And I'd be like, "Sure." He's like, "Oh, you'd be so good in his movies." I'm like, "All right, cool." So he boop, 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 calls up, and I do like a little video conference with Paul Walker.
Nice.
And he's like, "Yeah, man, I'd love to meet you. I'm currently in Hawaii filming, but I'll be back in a few weeks. When I get to Vegas, we'll meet up." A week later, he died in the car crash.
Wow.
I mean, devastating.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So that was pretty wild. So that was one of my coolest almost moments.
Right. Do you see the comment from Karen?
I missed it.
She said she collects weird stuff, as she's got a piece of the Titanic. We need to talk to her.
Oh,
and
yes.
hair.
Elvis's what? I can't see what it all
Some
is.
of Elvis's hair.
Elvis's hair, a piece of the Hindenburg, and I have a piece of the tree that Paul Walker hit.
That's wild.
Thank you for sharing us out, Eddie and Jen.
Thank you, Eddie and Jen. And if you ever want us to come on your podcast and to chat, the answer is absolutely not. But no, I'm kidding. Yeah, definitely, we would love to. We would love to. But that's really cool. You do have that's some weird stuff. Like, who would think to go to the tree that Paul Walker hit and be like, "I'm going to take a piece of this."
Right.
So kudos to you. And the Hindenburg.
Wow.
That's, woo. Boy, if you were like I don't know, is psychometry really a thing?
Yeah.
So could you like take that piece of Hindenburg and like feel?
I can.
I mean, what did you feel? Like just gassy? Like, I don't know.
You never know. It may get hot. It may have gas.
I just don't know where that thread would lead. I don't know.
Right. You never know. So, but yes, I can touch something, and I can usually get something that's happened with it, that you'll see me walk up and touch a building, because I can feel just everything has energy and it traps energy. So yes, it is true.
Nice. That would be weird to be a psychometrist and like touch somebody's junk and like know where it's been.
Yeah, that's not no.
It doesn't work like that? Okay. You grab it and you're like, "Oh man, you got crabs." That was just
So she's got a piece from the fireplace at Sharon Stone's home in CeeLo Drive. Wow.
Sharon Stone? Oh, Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate, sorry.
Who is Sharon Tate's?
She was killed by Marilyn, or not? Was it Manson?
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson and
Manson.
his group.
That's right. And she was
pregnant whenever she was killed.
Yeah, and it was the guy that did the Pianist movie. What the heck is his name? He can't come back to America.
Yeah.
God.
I'm drawing a blank.
Me too, and I don't know what. I'm gonna look it up right now. I better type this right, because the Pianist is really close to something else.
It's
Roman Polanski.
Roman Polanski, yes.
I have no idea who that is.
Roman Polanski he did a movie called The Pianist. He's done a bunch, but The Pianist is by far and away an incredible fucking movie.
The piano. Okay, I thought you were saying something else.
Right? That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful when you type it in on Google.
Right?
But I want to say he was there or involved or may have knocked her up. But yeah, he is super creepy, and he's wanted in America for child molestation, I think, or statutory rape or something along those lines. I don't. I don't remember. Yeah. But I think it was because she was 16 or
13.
I don't know. Yes. So, I mean, it was a lot of weird stuff. That whole situation was freaking weird. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, because of what he did. Yes, to minors. Yes.
Minors. Wow.
Yeah, but which it's crazy because the pianist is a very good movie. And when I watched it, I will be completely honest, I loved the movie, but I did not know anything about Polanski at the time. Had I known, I probably wouldn't have watched the movie. However, not watching the movie would have probably been an injustice to the main actor. And I think you actually won Best Actor for it. Adrian Brody.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, he was just phenomenal in it. So don't watch it for Roman Polanski. Watch it for Adrian Brody because he just does a simply amazing job in that movie.
Stuff probably wasn't showing on the camera because I had it zoom clear in, so I zoomed clear back out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you see like a skull?
I have. Yeah, it's on.
So you're right.
I had a cigar box guitar specially built for me.
Nice.
And it's got Michael Myers on it.
Oh, funny.
That is dope.
And it is electrified. I can plug it into my amplifier.
Oh, nice.
See, he was married to Sharon Tate. That's right.
Yes, he was. Yep. Yeah.
Rosemary's Baby too.
My little space.
Oh yeah, look at all the guitars back there. That's cool.
Yeah, I got my bearded dragon, but he's asleep right now.
It would have been hilarious if there was like a naked cat back there.
My cat is right here next to me, sitting in the other chair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's right here. He's dad's baby.
Oh, hello, meow meow. Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it if I close the door.
Excuse me.
There's Brian May's guitar.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That is super awesome.
Yeah, it's like walking into, it's kind of like a museum / toy store here in my office. So
Rex Karen says she has a pet bearded dragon as well and calls her Nippy.
Mine is Barry.
Barry.
And if you talk to him, he comes down off of his perch and he loves it. He'll sit there and he'll turn his head. If you say Barry, he knows his name.
I have 2 desert tortoises named Crush and Squirt.
I'm opening the door.
They're currently sleeping.
There, go.
Or bromating, I should say.
So I can understand Crush, but why Squirt?
Squirt was the other, the little turtle in Finding Nemo.
Oh, okay.
And they both also happen to be sodas.
Yes.
So if you love watching someone play the piano, would that be considered pianist envy?
It would be.
Yes, probably
It would be.
Yes, I do. I have several cute dogs.
And you're what Loki loves giving you kisses.
He does. Loves the nose bites.
Yes.
That's his thing. Oh my God. I have to tell you this now because it's gruesome and horrifying, but I have to share it with you. So our dog runs out and gets in a huge fight with our other dog. Loki just goes after Minnie Mouse, and my wife has to separate him. And you're probably wondering where I am. Well, I'm taking a shit. So I'm not there. All I hear is just mass hysteria outside. I'm trying to wipe and flush at the same time. I go running out there. There's fucking feathers everywhere. I'm like, what is going on here? There's a bird head. My wife is rushing a bird body away. I'm like, what is going on? I thought the dogs had like attacked a bird, but it wasn't. A hawk. Our hawk that we have named Hudson Hawk got our mockingbird.
Oh no. And
had a meal, and then we opened the door, startled it, and it flew away, but it left its meal. What was left of it, I guess. And then There was a fight over the meal. Hi, Lacey. But yeah, either way, that was a weird way to have to end a pooping cycle. That's all I'm saying.
And when was this?
Today.
Oh
Oh
no.
This
man.
was today. It was a total massacre, and I'm not talking about the toilet. Or I could have been Benny, but we have two. We have two hawks that live in the area, and we named one of them Hudson, of course, Hudson Hawk. If anybody remembers that movie,
Yep.
damn, I'm old, but love that movie. And Loki, he brought it in the house. Yeah. So I don't know what it is with dogs trying to bring you birds, but they love to do that.
Is that where you were when you were missing from the show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a medical appointment. I had to make sure I could get my drugs.
Look
So
how happy he is.
yeah, but that went well. So
He'll be doing the Thorazine shuffle here in just a minute.
that exactly.
So was the mockingbird your pet or was it from the yard?
It was from the yard. It wasn't a pet, but his name was Max. He'd been with us. He'd been in the neighborhood for 3-4 years.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Yep. So that was a tiny violin.
Right.
Real bummer.
So Mike also has pigeons as well. He rescues animals.
Pigeons.
I have 3 pigeons, and 2 of the pigeons, while I was gone, mated, and now I have babies.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yes. So I have to contend with that when we move. That's going to be fun.
Oh no.
Yep. And I have 4 rabbits, for those that don't know. And one of my pigeons cannot walk at all. So I have to feed it and let it get water manually. I have to do it all myself.
And
Give
he
it
holds it up so where it'll flap its wings so it gets its exercise.
Exercise.
So that's pretty cool.
That
Yeah,
is
I'm a real sucker.
all
too nice.
my pets are rescues, including the lizard.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Where'd you rescue the lizard from? Don't say your pants.
It's a one-eyed trouser snake. Anyway, there was a guy here in town. They had way too many and they couldn't take care of them. And a lot of them had been somebody had already given them homes, and Barry was left, and Barry's about, I don't know, 6 months old when I got him. And I went, oh, okay, fine, I'll take him. And he's actually really cool. I mean, you can pick him up. He's very docile, but he does, if you say his name, he does turn his head. He will come down and listen to you.
Wow.
He loves music because Joy will come in here and strum the guitars for him.
Oh, that's cool.
I've actually got a playpen for him that my sister got, that I put him out on the front deck when I'm out there during the summer. I do a lot of drawing out there on my deck, and I take him out there
On your what?
Deck.
Okay.
Porch.
I had a enclosed front porch, but I had it tore down, left the roof, and had a beautiful deck put on the front of my house. And I spend a lot of time out there during the summer. Love it.
Nice. That sounds awesome, man. So Mike, we're going on. I have a cockatoo. Oh, called Pope. He had a stroke. Oh, Popeye. Okay. He still eats, drinks, etc., but he can't go on the high perch, so he lives inside. That's cool. I love that. And thank you, Kim. Much appreciate. All right. So I guess.
Well, tell us again where everybody can find you, Rex, and how they can get your books. And
they can find me right here. No. They can find my art and my books on Unexplainable Art, my Facebook page. You can contact me by my email address, unexplainableart23@gmail.com. Also on my Facebook page is a phone number. That is my cell number. Please call me. If I don't answer, I will. Please leave a message. I will call you back. And that's about it. I mean, I'm a pretty
And you have to see his art. It really is
Amazing.
And yeah, it is really incredible.
I don't even know if you can see this stuff now that I moved. Yeah, now you can see it.
Yes.
There
So,
you
and
go.
we will
Right
actually be on Rex's podcast tomorrow night. So join us over on that podcast.
Yeah.
So what's the name of that?
That is Paranormal Flow. And it's unscripted. It'd be just like we're doing now. Have fun, laid back, and enjoy it, and enjoy everybody's company, and hopefully everybody will enjoy the show.
And what time will that be?
7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
Central Standard Time. Yes.
So was that 5 for me? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. And we might as well do a quick shout out for our next week's show. We will have potentially a couple of guests. We may have. I'm just waiting for a hard confirmation from Dustin Perry. He's from some show or another.
Ghost Hunters.
I don't know anybody. So yeah. So we might have Dustin Perry. He's going to come on, and maybe we'll chat a little bit about what he's got going on now. He's going to be joining us in Virginia City in April. Oh no, in July with Karen Huntley. So we'd love to get him on and kind of talk about that a little bit. And then we also have
possible Chris and Kristen from I can't remember their podcast.
Your Mom's House.
Got to confirm with them. Yes, Bigfoot and the Bunny.
Good friends are awesome.
Yes,
they're awesome people.
Yes,
yep.
And they do Dark Horse Productions. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yep.
So
very cool. So we're really excited about all this.
Yes.
Dark Horse. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit with both of them, or at least one of them for sure. So please, if you haven't found us on the Ube of the Tube, please subscribe to our UBTube, and that way you'll get updates and all the cool stuff. And again, we will be we go back to filming in March.
Yes.
So we'll be back to filming another episode for our fun and excited Project X, our show.
So we just did some filming here in Texas and got 2 episodes out of it. So hopefully that'll be coming out pretty well. Once we do the entire series, it'll be released. But very excited for that because we have a lot of trips planned coming up, and we'll keep you posted.
Woo, yeah.
So thank you for tuning in, and definitely see y'all around.
Heck yeah, hit our outro. Peace.
The intro.
That's
the intro. There we go. Bye, everyone.